Hey everyone, I'm back, and I know. Sorry, I have a good excuse this time. Okay, I've been on the go for the past 2 months. Um, I've been going to youth activity after youth activity. It's been awesome though. We had NYA, it's a National Youth Advance, and we had a Youth Congress, which was awesome. And then between all those activities, I've been going to practices in like Pennsylvania for the musicians. And then finally, our recent activity was a youth camp, which was amazing. I'm missing it terribly. So that is why I haven't really been on top of my videos. Again, I have a good excuse right now because I was serving Jesus. All right, so you can't get on my case about that. And then recently I got a promotion in my job. You know, it's just been going left and right. Like I've just been so busy. But I had this day off and I said, you know what? I owe it to my followers. I owe it to anyone watching this. I need to do another video. So last night, actually yesterday, I was thinking, okay, what am I going to talk about? One thing I've kind of noticed, and I heard a lot of it at camp, but just over the course of time I've heard about it. People saying, you know, what should you do, what shouldn't you do in a relationship? Because unfortunately, because God has been taken out of the picture of this country, no one knows how anything works now. I mean, you can just look at our government and everything. It's chaos right now. But I'm gonna go ahead and give you guys a brief explanation, simple do's and don'ts. Now, these are from my experience and my own personal advice. I'm not saying these are the set, like, rules of relationship. No, these are just from my personal experience. All right. So don't quote me. You know, if I'm wrong, please tell me in the comments. Please message me and say, hey, you know, you're wrong in this. And I'm not going to get offended. Like, I'd rather be corrected. So here's what I've got for you guys. The first one that y'all should do is pray for each other. All right, because you guys individually are going through something that only God knows. And whether you guys talk about it or not, you still have to pray for each other because the prayer strengthens each other. The prayer will actually help you guys individually in your lives. And so in a relationship, don't cease the prayer, especially when it's really hard, when your relationship is at that point where you guys are like getting to that point where you're thinking of marriage, which you should already be because that's what a relationship should be. But you know, if you're at that point where you're like, hey, we need to take it to the next step, that is where prayer is even more needed, because you need to ask God, what should we do? Guide us to make the right steps. Because if you guys don't pray, then you'll be relying on emotions, and that's the number one reason why relationships fail, because you base it off short-term emotions. As the saying goes, you know, don't make long-term decisions on short-term emotions. Or I think that's how it goes, unless that's my version. I don't know. But don't base it off emotions. Always pray every day for each other. So that's the first one. All right, so number two, I'm actually going to hit two things. So two things in number two. The first one is supporting each other, and the second is encourage each other. So in your guys' lives individually, you'll have goals. Or whatever it is, y'all have to support each other and encourage each other. When you support each other and say, look out for each other and say, hey, look, you know, I don't think this is right for you because I notice that it's affecting you and everything. And then after that, then say, well, let's pray about it. You know, if there's still some little disagreement, then pray about it, because prayer will remove all those spirits that are attacking you. So support each other and then encourage each other. When your boyfriend or when your girlfriend decides, hey, I want to do this, and it's something good, not something bad. Don't encourage something bad. But when it's something of a good heart, a good intention, okay, encourage them and say, I'll pray for you, or yeah, I'll help you do it. When you encourage someone, you give them more liberty to say, hey, I can do this. So by supporting each other, you guys will actually start strengthening your relationships. And especially if you guys pray about it, you also strengthen your relationship with the Lord. Because of course you're already praying, but then when it's something that's going to honor God, then God will bless you guys. So you're getting blessed both ways. So two things, and number two, support and encourage. Number three, appreciate each other. All right? Appreciate what you guys do for each other. Don't take advantage of it. Like, just don't do that. Appreciate each other, because especially if you're in a close distance relationships, y'all better appreciate each other, because people like me who are in a long distance relationship, I couldn't really see my other person every day. So if you're able to do that every day, or at least every weekend, please appreciate each other. I'm not going to talk much about this. That's just self-explanatory. Appreciate what you guys do for each other. Number four, listen. God gave us ears for a reason. Not to hear the rumors of what people are saying, but to listen to the truth that our own soulmate is telling us, all right? Because I don't know what it is, and I don't mean to hit y'all ladies, but it comes more from you guys, okay? And I know it sounds like, whoa, what are you talking about? Look, actually, okay, never mind. You know what? I take that back. Forget that. It goes both ways. I'm sorry. Forgive me. It goes both ways, because sometimes when guys are trying to actually tell the truth and like tell their girlfriend like, hey, look, this is what really happened, or look, this is what's going on with me, or whatever, girls just shut down. They're like, already come up with rumors or excuses, or say, yeah, he's probably doing this. Or, ladies, listen to what we have to say. All right? If we're taking the time to explain ourselves, that means we really care about you. Now again, it goes back the other way. Gentlemen, if your girlfriend's trying to talk to you and trying to, even if it's just like venting of how their day went, as crazy as it may sound, just let them talk. A lot of times girls just want to vent and just let off some steam. They're not necessarily mad at you, for the most part, but like they just want to let it out. And if they're there with you, by God, you better be holding their hands, or just holding them and just be like, okay, yeah, it's all right, it's all right. So listen to each other, and listen hard, not just like one ear out the other. No, listen. Number five, communication. Communication is like the biggest thing like in a relationship. If y'all don't communicate, and I'm not talking about texting each other, I'm not talking about posting stuff on social media and tagging each other in it. No, I'm talking about sitting down or even on the phone and talking about real things. All right. For instance, your girlfriend walks in, or she comes home from work, she calls you, or you're texting, whatever, something like that, and you notice that she's not texting the same. She's a little, hey, not much, you know. Okay, at this point you ask, what's wrong? Ladies, this is your opportune moment to see if your man is true or not. If he says, what's wrong, and you say nothing, one, actually, take back what I said. Don't say that. Don't say nothing. No, be open. Like, if we ask you what's wrong, we want to know what's wrong. Not because we're being nosy, because we care. If you're okay, if you say you're okay, well then act like it. But if you're not okay, let us know. So, I know I'm getting all excited about this, because this is something that I've experienced. Like, with my previous relationship, I would ask her, what's wrong? Nothing. Are you sure? Yeah. Something's up. What's wrong? Nothing. Oh, that would drive me insane, because like I'm here trying to put in my 100% in the relationship, and you're just sitting there doing nothing, and then have the audacity to say that I never try. So, ladies, if your man asks you what's wrong, even if it's just like, I'm hungry and I'm tired, say it. Tell us, I'm hungry and tired. I just want to get something to eat. Okay, and if we say, okay, well, or if you want to go take a nap, go take a nap. It's not because we don't want to talk to you. We're looking out for you. Shoot, like everyone wants to sleep nowadays. So if we tell you, hey, go take a nap, rest, that should be your like, oh wow, he really cares about me. He wants me to be well and healthy and everything. I'm gonna go take a nap. Instead of saying, oh, you want to talk to me, you never want to. Shut up. Like, that's not the point. We're trying to help you. And again, it goes back with guys too. Guys, if she says she's telling you, communicating with you, and trying to get a point across, again, it goes back to the first point. Not the first point, but one of the points of listening. Listen to what she says and then communicate back with the response that is well put into the situation. So again, communication. I could probably make a whole video on this because it's so important that no one knows how to communicate nowadays. Unfortunately. It's just like an ancient language. Like no one knows how to just talk to each other about real stuff. Sorry, I got excited about that, but that part is really gets me all rattled up sometimes. Sorry. Number 6, be honest with each other. All right, look, it goes back to communication. During your communicating part, be honest with each other. Like I said earlier, ladies, if you're just tired and hungry, just say it. Don't say, well, you remember when last week when you said, when in reality that's not what you were really thinking. You're just tired and hungry. And it all goes back, see, all this ties together because when you have prayer as a constant source in the relationship, prayer fights off those spirits and it puts away the carnal things, the carnal minded side of you, to where you're not basing, like you can be so frustrated from a day, but because spiritually you're already strong, you won't be like you'll admit, yeah, you're hungry and tired, but you won't start an argument based off just because you're hungry and tired. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know if that makes sense, but like, you need to learn that all these things tie together. So going back to being honest with each other, straight up, if you're going through something, tell us. We're not mind readers. You have to open up and tell us what's going on. Ladies, I mean, again, just as we have patience with you, when you're venting, you're having your moment and everything, can't talk. When you're having your moment, have the same patience with us. So be honest with each other. It's not going to hurt anyone. Just be honest. And the last one, above all things, above all those serious things, have fun. Make memories. Be silly. Be goofy, because 20 years from now, you're going to look back and think, man, we had a good time. Do things that you guys are going to be able to remember. If you do all these things, you'll have a pretty good relationship. I'm not going to lie. And if not, then you can come and attack me and be like, you're the one that taught us. Oh, I'm sorry. So do all that, have fun, and everything will work out in the best for you. Okay, so I know I said I was doing do's and don'ts, but I'm running out of time. Y'all probably like in your minds watching this video like, he said he was gonna do do's and don'ts in this video. He lied to us. Hey, I'm communicating. I'm being honest with you guys. All right. I ran out of time, but I am going to do the don'ts next Wednesday because now with my new position, I get Wednesdays off. Yippee. So, don't worry, I was happy when I said yippee. So when next Wednesday comes around, I will be posting the don'ts. So bear with me, pray for me, please pray for me that God keeps this going, because I'll be honest, sometimes work just, and everything else just kind of gets in my head and I'm like, oof, I lose track of this. And I don't want to do that because I feel like from what I get, the feedback that I get, it really helps you guys. So pray for me that God continues to move in my life, and I pray that God continues to move in your guys' life. So thank you for watching this video. Share it, like it, do whatever you want with it, except don't delete it, please. So do all that good stuff. Follow me, whatever. So thank you for watching this, and I'll see you next Wednesday. God bless.